Hello, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time we talked to the nurse, and we talked to the girls, and we found out that there's a pool and a library. We're very happy about the library, and we're very judgmental about the pool. We also turned off we messed with some settings. I don't know if that's going to be included, but now you know, regardless of what you may or may not have seen. Okay, so I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although, to my eyes, they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going. It's almost like they go here. And I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Yeah. Shut up. Leave them alone. Does that make me one of them? I don't like this guy. He's mean. One of us? Blech. I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The wariness in me only grows as I trudge toward the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh-cut grass that fills the atmosphere. Not fresh-cut grass, that makes me sneezy. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. You said that you had a window, though, and that you could smell the weather. Are those little drawings? I can't see them. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Isn't that the... Is that the like 911 of the UK? I'm not sure. Actually, that probably was a stupid question. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorms is fairly new, functional, and boring. Well, it's a dorm. You gotta decorate it yourself. Just like in the building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Very convenient for what I assume is a dating game that only the girls are sociable. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall I spy room 119. The nameplates on the room adjustment to mine are blank. Adjacent. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside I hear, "Why he knocking on random people's doors? Don't do that. That's weird. That's invasive. Leave them alone." Or, no, yeah, I was right the first time. Leave them alone. I hear a few movements, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. It's Harry Potter. There he is. There he is. He's mad. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Bespectacled hallmate. Bespectacled. Who is it? blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? Because he thinks they look cool. Oh no, he got closer. Get away from me. Personal space. He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Sir? Hisao Nakai, I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization, and he stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude. Name's Kinji. Sup, dude. Hi. I take Kinji's... They have made this interaction so unpleasant. I guess that's the point, but it's working. Sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? 'Cause they could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. You let your parents into your room. Me, I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you are smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. Get away from me! He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. Leave the curtains alone. Hisao, you're not very likable. It's no one's room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. Buy a rug, put up a poster, chill. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Oh, so other people call me— well, I mean, he did say that people called him that, but this is literally the first time anyone has called this character Hee-chan, besides Misha. Hi, Hee-chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wondered if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming, and for the entire day today too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. Can he not get a book now? I guess he doesn't know where it is, but I don't know. I don't know what the hours of this school are. But for now, I'm gonna drink this entire bottle of pills. Don't do that, that's bad. The bottles of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick up one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, and then read the glued on pharmacy label. Boy, he desperate. He's like, I have to read something. Hisao Nakai, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. That's... Oh, okay. I was like, that is not a real description. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kinda twisted having your life depend on chemicals like that. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? I feel a little bad for him, but then he is low-key a dick, and then I feel a little less bad for him. With a sigh, I begin my daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. And then it's nighttime. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls. Long shadows draw across my room like fingers. Hey, I like that. I like that description. That was a good one. Credit to writer, whoever that is. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. I like my room colder when I sleep. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. That's called, what is that called? Dissociation. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's title screen. There we go. Hello. That's a little late. We're about, some hours into the game. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This isn't my room, is it? This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed, it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from the foil sheet. You should really eat something with that. It could hurt your tummy. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. He knows. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. Okay. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh clothes against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things, too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. Freaks, the lot of them. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha's constant laughter and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. I think 2 of 3 of those people were very pleasant. You even said so. You said, oh, these people are nice. Except for, your boy, who is sweaty and smells like garlic. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. I feel like Misha and Shizune were normal enough. Kenji's definitely got a problem. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Guy, I want to feel bad for you, but then you say these things. You're mean. You're mean. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs? If so, I wonder if I should join one. Join the literature club. You'll love book. All through class, the questions remained on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. Questioning ellipses. Ellipses again. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat.
Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hee-chan.
My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right.
Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to enjoy it. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too.
Sure. What's the festival about? You know what a festival is. Misha freezes. Okay, maybe this is a different festival.
I don't know, Hee-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so...
She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish, and starts signing hard and heavy.
Man.
Smug ellipses.
Huh?
Oh.
Who cares?
Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. You're embarrassing me in front of these people that I don't know and look down upon.
Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind the festival will inevitably change with time.
Okay.
Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes.
That was a horrible laugh. Don't at me. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. Well, she doesn't know how loud you were being. We are in the middle of class and should start working.
That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. Hee-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club?
It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. It's a demon. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip quietly towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Well, she probably leaves at this time every so often because of her special thing that she has. Whatever her disability is. Sometimes that be happening. Like if you have diabetes, I think during like parts of the day you have to go and check your glucose or something. I could be wrong. But yeah. But these people have special needs. And they have special schedules and stuff. Don't act so surprised.
Hee-chan, is something wrong?
Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misa just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, nothing.
Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you?
I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Oh, he didn't say that out loud. Not really.
Do you want to have lunch together then?
Sure.
Yeah. Yay! Okay, Hee-chan, perfect.
The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I had the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Well, she takes pride in her work. Leave her alone.
Meh. Yes, it is, Hee-chan.
Impossible.
Really?
Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, is it really a contest? Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hee-chan? Very sure.
You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Wahahaha!
Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. Smug me. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. Are we going to lunch together? I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them.
Yeah. Meh. Where do you want to eat?
The cafeteria?
That's so plain. Okay, let's go.
Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I'd like to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier.
So, Hee-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Shi-chan.
Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again. Misha straightens her posture as if she is about to deliver a speech.
Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in?
I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot.
There is a book club, right? But it seems like they have all the members they could possibly have right now. Sorry, Hee-chan, it's a really popular club. Okay, but more to the point, Hee-chan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind?
Not really.
Good, great, that's great, Hee-chan, really great.
Why is it so great?
No reason. Well, Hee-chan, other than clubs and upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council.
I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. Yes, you did! The professor was like, she's the head of the student council, so she would make the most sense. There was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it and Misha's laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says.
Right. Hee-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join.
Why? I hate councils and students.
Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hee-chan. Shi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president, as was already established, if you were paying attention, you fucking nerd.
I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha.
Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council, and therefore have an incentive to try to get you to.
So you're admitting that?
No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course it would be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hee-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan?
I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well...
So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hee-chan.
What? No!
Aw, see, Shi-chan? Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right. Though it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan owns me candy now.
You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Isn't it? Shi-chan seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes.
That's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game.
That's not what I said.
How about Rich Man, Poor Man, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, why not?
Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right?
Meh. Yep.
Yeah, that isn't my goal. So what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline.
Hee-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and that we would pull something too disingenuous? That makes me sad.
Sorry? It's hard to tell when Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin.
Angry man. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council.
No!
How about a game of paper football? Instead of Rich Man, Poor Man?
Paper football?
Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past the goalposts that other players make with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hee-chan.
And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shi-chan.
Hahaha, that means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men.
More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it.
Yeah, that's true. How'd you know, He-chan?
She was finna hustle. Shi-chan frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy about their attempt to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
Okay, He-chan, how about Risk, the game of world domination?
I don't know what that is.
It's really fun, He-chan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything.
Sounds like Shizune would be good at it.
If you want to play, we can after school.
Aw, really, Shi-chan? We can play just for fun, He-chan. Shi-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay.
Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, He-chan.
Wait, why there? Well, 'cause that's where they're gonna be.
Because that's where we keep the game.
I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. There she is! Oh! She gone. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. You had no issue at all considering being like, so what's up with the deaf girl? But asking about like this random girl's schedule who doesn't talk, you're just like, no. That seems like it's I think both are definitely rude, but I don't know why you would think that one is nosy while the other one is valid. Justified was the word I was looking for. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. Oh, leave them alone. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell.
What's wrong, He-chan? That's right, we're just going to go play a game of Risk, remember?
I don't know, Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down, and torture me until I agree to join the student council. I guess they could. I'm not sure. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. I can see the handcuffs in the corner of the room. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly.
That's not true, He-chan. Shi-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed.
Life is threatened. Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerfully. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Buddy? Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. And that is where we will end it, and then in the next one we're going to play Risk. I don't know if it's just more visual novel stuff, or if there's like an actual minigame, or what. But we will end it there. I don't know what else to say. It's about the same. I like it so far. The character's a little ignorant, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
So yeah, I like the characters.
I think the main character has a big issue with minding his own damn business. So nosy. Leave. Don't be staring at people, you freak. You frickin' peeper.
Okay, we're gonna play Risk next time.